Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
Dagnabbit, Bobby. What's with this Tom Brady character? He's 57 years old, looks like he weighs 125 pounds, and is going through marital problems. And he shows up in the Superdome and beats the freaking Saints like they owe him money. But the one question I have is, why can't Jerry get this guy for the Cowboys? Ball! This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
There it is. And 1. Ba-da! Hey, in advance. Right off the bat, America. Man, look at us. We're telling you, you're welcome.
Exactly.
You are welcome.
This is gratitude waiting to be delivered.
You're welcome. I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
There you go. Saturday morning edition. Like I said, nobody cares, but we do.
Yeah.
I had to set an alarm. I had to actually set an alarm this morning.
Dude, I was up at 5:30.
Really?
For no apparent reason.
Yeah, I was as well. I had one of those nights I was up a few times, not just to pee, sometimes, but that's when you get up. Like, I don't think I woke up because I got to pee, but now that I'm up, oh man.
Yeah, might as well, because otherwise I'm going to lay here and think about if I should have gone and not get back to sleep.
Yeah, it was funny when so anytime anybody in my house is leaving or doing something, I'm just not, it's hard for me to be awake. Like I'm the built-in alarm system, right? So my son had to be somewhere this morning for something he's doing. And it was kind of funny talking to him yesterday. Again, different generations. He went out with, friends last night, and so what time you got to be at wherever you got to be tomorrow morning? 8:00. Some event he's going judge some stuff. 8:00. All right, where's that at? And this is again, I'm Mr. Reality in our house, right? Where's that at? Oh wow, okay, that's a good ways. Time's to start 8. All right, what time you thinking of leaving? He said, well, got my alarm set for 7. I said, you start doing the math, like, bro, what? And it's the funniest thing, man. It's like, oh, think I should set it earlier? Say, hey, man, you a grown man, you do.
Yeah, you do you.
You got a helicopter I don't know about? Because and my wife was laughing about that too. Is we all have everybody has their strengths and everybody has their weaknesses. And I had a couple of folks in my family that's got a severe time concept issue.
I've talked about this before. Yeah, my thing is not leaving time. It's I never factor in walk up time.
Yeah, well, you cutting it too close if you factoring in walk up time. I mean, seriously, if you've got a 20-minute drive and you don't factor in the extra 2 minutes to get from your car to the place, then you're cutting it too tight. But yeah, I think you got there on time. So anyway, had to set the alarm this morning. Like, and it went off again. I'm like, what? Why I got an alarm set on Saturday morning? Oh, we got to go help America. That's popped out of bed. Oh yeah. Sorry, America. I had to set the alarm to get over here.
I was at a networking meeting this week, or this organization that I'm in, that I was trying to help people. And maybe I shouldn't have spoken because I really just thought I was saying it to myself.
Okay.
There's a guy from LSU, and he was talking about Baton Rouge, and the whole thing was they had like leaders from around the community talking about all the things, how great Baton Rouge is. And
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
They're talking about Baton Rouge that way.
Louisiana. Wow. Yeah.
Nice.
And one guy was from the university, and just, someone asked, what were their goals for 2023? And this dude starts water where we need water, and not water where we don't need water. Like, he's talking about drinking water and stuff. And then energy type this and that. And I mean, the dude lists off 4 or 5 things. And I'm sitting there thinking, in 2023. So I thinking I'm saying it to myself, said,
What?
you forgot world peace. Apparently, other people sitting around me didn't think that was nearly as funny as I did, but I thought they should have thanked me.
Dude, it's always funny when you call a bjork without necessarily saying, dude, you waste, you a bjork, right? Anybody who's talking about, so wait, this dude was from the university.
Right.
And he was talking about that was the university's
some of the
goals?
Things. Well, that's
Or
what
Baton
he'd
Rouge's
like to
goals?
see the university's contribution to Baton Rouge.
Here's what I'd like to see. Here's what I'd like to see, bruh. Shut up. Sit down.
Yeah, like water. Since when do we not have drinking water here?
Oh man, we can't all be Jackson, Mississippi.
Dude,
You see what's going on over there?
Yeah.
I mean, I got it, and I'm supposed to be in Jackson, Mississippi. What's a few months? So hopefully they get their.
Bring your own.
Yeah, well, it's hard to get that on a plane. You have to. I have to explain to TSA.
Oh, true.
Bruh, I gotta bring my own water. I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
Jackson. Going to Jackson. Like Johnny Cash. We're going to Jackson. Was the song? Wasn't that the song?
Outside of Ring of Fire, and, the prison song. I'm not a big, not that familiar with the Johnny catalog.
Jackson. Hey Siri, who sang Jackson? Oh, I guess I got my sound off. Siri's saying, David, Saturday morning, stop it. Hey Siri. There we go. Who sang Jackson?
Jackson with June Carter Cash is by Johnny Cash with June Carter Cash.
There you go.
You got it, man.
All right. Anyway, that's where I'm going to, Jackson.
Well,
Going
a
to
couple
drink some
more
brown water.
great Baton Rouge things for the recently. This is ultimate Baton Rouge for Baton Rouge.
Hey.
Even dumb for them. So last week
Hang on now. You already setting this up. This is dumb for Baton Rouge.
A couple things we had, since we've recorded the last podcast, the big historic game in Baton Rouge between LSU and Southern University.
Okay.
LSU covered the 45-point spread.
That makes up for losing the first game, right?
Yeah.
You get points for that. Brian Kelly.
Big opportunity. You had the Golden Band from Tigerland and the Human Jukebox making an appearance together on the field.
The Human
Jukebox from Southern.
Is that what they call it?
Oh yeah, man. Good marching band.
All right.
So you got to figure of all the cool songs they could play together. They could crank out like some Earth, Wind, and Fire, or I don't know, just lots of things. You remember? Some good marching in there.
After the love is gone. I hate that song. But okay, I get it.
The Cupid Shuffle.
Huh?
The Cupid Shuffle.
What's the Cupid
Dude,
Shuffle?
that's like a line dancing song. It's like the whitest thing in the world. So they're coming out doing that. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? But then, they had like a shape of a heart in 225, which was the other dumbest thing I could have ever imagined.
There you go. I was not aware of the Cupid Shuffle.
Well,
nor that it was a white anthem, apparently. But I guess apparently not. Apparently not.
Country wedding in Louisiana at the reception. They're playing the Cupid Shuffle.
It's been a while since I've been to a Cajun reception, I guess. Cupid Shuffle.
But we had better things come out of it because, for some reason, LSU couldn't figure out, as though this was the first big crowd they've had at Tiger Stadium ever.
Right. Yeah, really.
So traffic problems after the game.
Yeah, that's
hours to get home. Lo and behold, this week though, someone's come up with a solution.
Hey, look, was it that same professor?
It could have been.
Apparently, there's a brain trust at LSU that y'all need to tap into.
Instead of the bars around campus closing at 2, they're now going to stay open until 3.
Oh, dude,
on game days.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Because I know everybody stuck in traffic for 2 hours last Saturday night. We're just saying, gosh, if Fred's was only open until 2, instills 3 instead of 2, I'd be popping on in the Tigerland with all the other
Man,
college
look,
kids.
exactly. There is no problem that an extra hour of early morning drinking won't
Sure.
solve. Boom.
You got to wonder,
Boom.
you know, and this is how I think it goes in that meeting where somebody says, "I got an idea. It's probably dumb," and somebody said, "Nope, nope, no dumb ideas. Just
None.
carve it out there." Well, then when he threw that idea out there, somebody said, "Well, there are no dumb ideas except that one."
That one. That's the one. That's the well, hey, they may go with it, you know. Somebody probably said, well, you know, we could increase the police force out there. We could you know, somebody was probably trying to work out some traffic engineering situation and you know, with contraflows and this and that. And we can, you know, I mean, I'm sure somebody was thinking that. And
Right. How about traffic flow patterns?
yeah, and one dude just like, bro, just leave the bars open. That's the problem. Everybody was trying to leave at the same time. Everybody was trying. That was back in the day. We used to joke about that. It wasn't really a joke because we were of that age that I remember. You do too. When the law changed in Louisiana,
Right. Right.
where they had to close the bar, except New Orleans. New Orleans always got you know,
Special
grandfather
treatment.
Was it 4 in New Orleans?
It was not New Orleans is all night. I think it was a city by city deal because I can remember when it changed in Thibodeau, and I went to the city council meeting to talk about that.
You did not.
I did.
Did you wear your pink Chuck Taylors?
No, I wore a suit because I wanted to look official.
To go
to the city council to testify or to speak against closing the bars at 2 a.m.
Bro, y'all don't understand. I don't even get out there till 12:30.
Right. It's
you discriminated against me.
So you know, there are people talking about, I got people peeing in my yard, people littering and stuff. And so I got up and I said, well, you know, it's already against the law to pee in somebody's yard or to litter. So if you can't enforce those laws, how are you going to enforce another one?
Your Honor, people of the jury. I know this isn't a jury. I know it's a council meeting, but this is how I practiced it. You were discriminating against all the Circle K workers that don't get off till midnight. What about them? They get off of Circle K, they gotta go, or the Burger King, whatever. They gotta go wash that smell of the place off of them, put on their clothes, slap on a little Dracar, whatever. Man,
by the time they get there, pay one price is almost over.
Man, you barely letting them get. Come on now. Think about the working man when you do that. That's but you were unable to sway them.
I was unable to sway them, and maybe partly because I said, you know, I understand that maybe, you know, y'all are busy. But it, you know, why is it if I leave a bar at 3 a.m. and go to Pit Grill, there's a lot of the police officers sitting there having breakfast?
Oh, dude, you just full of
yeah,
you just full of good. You full of
that
goodwill.
Didn't go over really well.
Yeah, I don't think it would. I
was in a suit, so that
you in a suit. There you go. No, I used to. My argument was always, and again, you think about the dumb argument you have when you're young. We make dumb arguments now.
Yeah,
but
it hadn't stopped.
That has not stopped. But back in the day, my argument was, look, from a safety issue, you think you're keeping people safe by closing the bars at 2? No, all you're doing is putting all them drunk on the road at the same time. If you leave the bar open, if you leave the bar open all night, man, it trickles out of there. It trickles out.
I got time to sober up.
You know, 100%. Like, oh, wait, man, I think I had a few too many. I'm going to hang out in the parking lot till 3. Of course, that does not really. You could always hang out in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, but I could have hung out and just chilling to the tunes.
I could have been listening to some music, sipping on a coffee, as we all did at 2:30 in the morning, and. Oh man, yeah. Then so there you go. So we remember those days. What we're getting back to the LSU. I'd be curious to see what happens there. But one of the other big stories. I guess the stuff I watch and listen to. The biggest story this week was our boy Heavy D, Ron DeSantis in Florida. Him and Greg Abbott here in Texas have been playing a game of one-upsmanship. when it first started, I thought, Abbott, I thought then this is just a stunt. It's not going to do anything. Apparently it's brilliant because they just started, you know, even though a lot of people would not know because they don't look at the videos of thousands and thousands and thousands of people pouring over the border every day. They just start putting them on, getting them to sign stuff saying, hey, would you like a free ride to
free ride to the vice president's house?
So that was one, right? So it started off with they shipped some to New York. New York, our biggest city. And I think they got a few hundred folks and they were like, hey,
we can't handle this.
We got to declare an emergency. Forget about that sign that says, hey, we're saying we're sanctuary, and same thing with Chicago. We talked about that before. You got to love the mayor of Chicago say it's inhumane to send people to Chicago.
Well, Rush Limbaugh used to say that you illustrate absurdity with absurdity.
Yeah.
And he meant it verbally. These guys are taking that to realistic. All right. You say it's absurd that there's not a problem.
Well, what's that old thing?
We'll send it to you.
Yeah. Well, no, that's one of those that book or that thing, Rules for Radicals. And I can't remember the first name about it. But anyway, and one of the things in there is you have to make the other side play by their own rules. Mm-hmm. Right. You can't combat. So yeah. So then sent some. So Abbott sends a couple buses, and apparently this morning I'm reading they sent a few more to DC right outside the vice president's house, which is beautiful because there's a big old fence. I've been. You've been to DC?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been. There's a big old. It's not now. Her residence is not near.
Not really White House, near base or something.
The naval base. But it's got big fence all around it with. Obviously,
of course it does.
Military and Secret Service out there keeping people away from the fence, right? Keeping people, which is a beautiful thing. So Abbott does that, and then DeSantis saying, "Oh, I got one better." Since I don't even think it was 50. I think it was 48. They said it was 50, but let's just round it to 50. 50 people to Martha's Vineyard. Flew them in to Martha's Vineyard, and you'd have sworn.
Let's be honest, Martha's Vineyard could use a little diversity,
dude. You'd have sworn it was the second coming of Pearl Harbor. That there was an attack that the island nation of Martha's Vineyard was attacked. You can't make the stuff up. Right now, I
read this morning somebody's pushing or calling on former President Obama, who has a lot of space in his place over there in Martha's Vineyard.
$12 million mansion. He had a party. Yeah. They showed the video of the tents and stuff. I mean, they had hundreds of people in the middle of the COVID lockdowns, by the way.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Take a few in.
Yeah. So exactly. It was fitty people. Right. And, we're not prepared for this. There's more than 50 signs that say everybody welcome, inclusion, right? These signs.
They had to call the Red Cross.
Hate has no home. And have you been to Martha's Vineyard?
No, before? I have not.
Yeah, I've been there. And I tell you, it's beautiful. John Belushi is buried there. Did you know that? That's a weird piece of trivia for you. Yeah, John Belushi, for whatever reason, I guess he liked the place.
Surprised they let him.
Yeah. I was there. It's one of these things. My memory goes in chunks here. It was longer than 10 years ago, maybe like it might have been 15, but somewhere in that period. And I remember, beautiful place. You could tell, lots of. But one of the things that struck me the most, it's sort of they keep it looking kind of old and rustic, and you got to have money to be on the stupid place. Mm-hmm. But there was a Shell station, a little gas station, there. And I'm walking around. It's not it's not big, but bro, it's bigger than Grand Isle. I'm walking around and there's this Shell station. There's a gas station. So I'm like, I was there for like a couple of days, and I thought, let me just go in there and I'll get a 6-pack of beer or something to bring to my. I wasn't really a hotel. I guess it was a hotel. It was an old. They ain't got
a guest house somewhere,
wherever I was staying. And I remember walking in there, and there was the most amazing wine selection in a Shell station you've ever seen. It was like I said, what the heck is there an extensive and not cheap wine selection in the Martha's Vineyard Shell station. I'm like,
So you're saying like the Bud Light wasn't front and center in the cooler?
no. They weren't. They didn't have a bunch of a bunch of floating bottles out at the front door.
No, yeah.
But yeah, but it's exactly what you think it would be. It's exactly. I think Martha's Vineyard is the antithesis, if I'm using the word right. I think I'm not, of Cajun. It's the opposite of Cajun, right? There's no, Cajuns are, laid back. Like if they had dropped 50 illegal migrants on Grand Isle back in the day. Now Grand Isle's kind of beat up right now. It's coming back, but what people in Grand Isle have been like, man, where y'all from?
Yeah.
Call seriously? They brought you on a bus over here?
Yeah. You want some
Man.
crabs? Yeah, I'm balling some crabs under the camp.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got worse than y'all to show up for the rodeo every year. So let's see. I don't think y'all can stay, but we're not gonna make y'all leave right now. We got a bunch of empty camps around here. That's the other thing about Martha's Vineyard. It's half empty leading into the winter, right? They got and here's a quote unquote city. This most snobbish city in the world. 50 people, dude. I don't know that I've ever had 50 people at a party at my house, but I know it's been close.
I bet you have.
I know I've personally had above 30, at least in the 40ish range at my house, and I don't live in a huge place. So come on, Martha's Vineyard. But those that didn't see the rest of the story, yeah, they took all their selfies, they whined about stuff. Somebody catered a little food out there. The next day, 24 hours later, they're hugging them, taking pictures, putting them on a bus, military, man. They brought out the National Guard to bring, so they deported their migrant. You're all welcome until we can get another bus here with the military to get rid of you. So
right, we're only sanctuary for, people who are just new millionaires.
Well, so be it. If anything good comes of this, hopefully that place gets tagged from now on, saying, again, not our issue, but I think it would have been handled different on the bayou. Probably to put them up at the Cutoff Youth Center. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's right. They got them some good cots. Brought something from the Pizza Hut.
I don't think the Pizza Hut's open down there anymore, but look, man, back when my Uncle Daniel ran the Cutoff Youth Center, they'd have got fat. They'd have got fat staying in the Cutoff Youth Center, which they did. I forget which hurricane it was. There was a hurricane years and years ago, and I guess National Guard and whatever were stationed everywhere. A lot of them were staying at the Cutoff Youth Center, and man, those guys ate like kings. I mean, people.
Yeah, because everybody cooked for them. That's how
everybody
it was
cooked.
here.
Everybody cooked for them. Even the people like it sort of got around, like the National Guard people. They got located to various places. They were like, "Oh, bro, you want to go to Cutoff?" Cutoff.
I don't know which storm it was around here a few years ago that all the linemen who were here, they started requesting recipes to send back to their wives. So the Facebook pages where you contribute lineman recipes.
There you go. So handle things a little differently, but good job, Martha's Vineyard, showing the rest of the country how to handle this.
There
right?
you go. Proud of you.
Take that approach. Funny memes out there. Some of them saying we need to put Martha's Vineyard in charge of the border. Right?
Yeah, get them in, get them out.
Them rich white moms know how to do this, huh? Yeah, well, no, everybody's welcome for about an hour and a half, and you got to go. You got to get out of here. We don't have the infrastructure.
Right.
You see that this morning? I mean, we're kind of stuck on the subject, but it's a touchy subject these days. I think it's this morning. The mayor of DC again said, I guess because Abbott sent another couple buses to the, there you go. She says, we are not a border town. We do not have the infrastructure for this. We are not Texas. She literally says, we are not Texas.
And what does that mean? We don't have the roads for the buses. We don't have
dude, none of these towns have. I mean, like it's again, it's a bizarre world. The stuff that's happening.
Half of the border towns, it's not like they're all major cities.
They're not, man.
They're little bitty nothing towns.
Overrun. And then they've been putting, that's the other thing too, all the complaints, man. Dude, they've been putting people on planes and flying them in the middle of the night for about a year now, right? So, hey, I don't know. Man, I'm gonna have to run before it's all over, dude. Gonna have to get this taken care of, but closer to home. All right, not Martha's Vineyard, but closer to home. So this week, I wanted to go for a walk on my normal path, but it was that bunch of traffic or something. I forget exactly why. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just saw I walked around different part of my neighborhood, area. I come down this major. It's not a major thoroughfare, but it's the main street that runs through my neighborhood. It's 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other way. You know, a bunch of trees.
You got good infrastructure.
I got it, dude. Hey, shh, don't tell nobody. Dude, I live in Fort Bend County. I got no doubt we've got thousands of people that have been relocated here. But so I'm coming down a different path, and I'm walking down a sidewalk with the main on the main street, and then I see there's a car at an intersection, kind of parked, sort of blocking the intersection. I'm like, oh, I mean, did she break down? There's a line built up, people hitting the horns, and I'm like, man, do I walk over there to see if they need help? And then I see another guy walking on the other side, on the other side, and there's a truck in front of that car going very slow, and I'm like, they have a wreck? What's going on? I'm trying to size up what's happening, and why is that guy walking there? And I look in front of it, just, dude, a tortoise, a legit tortoise, not a one I can hold in my hand tortoise. I'm talking a big, like a couple feet across.
Or those, do they just?
No, some idiot, and I don't know. I hope they do watch the podcast. Some idiot in the neighborhood has a pet tortoise. Is that legal? I don't know. You guess the nationality. I don't know what's the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a Cajun that has the pet tortoise, but some idiot, because apparently this is the second time this thing gets loose. Because my other neighbor, one of my friends lives across in that part of the neighborhood. And he said, "Oh yeah, it was in our cul-de-sac a while back." And I took a picture of it just on the fly I didn't do a good job of getting, there's no perspective. You know, you just look at it and you think, oh, it's, you've seen these tortoises, dude, big. So, and
you couldn't carry him and put him in a pond.
I couldn't by myself. Okay. So here's the deal. Other thing, it was kind of funny. The thing is just walking down the street like it knew what it was doing. It stayed in one lane.
Singing "Do I Diddy,"
dude. And it's just booking it. And a tortoise tortoises are faster than you think they are. These big
And
things.
Are they like regular turtles where they get scared, they jump in the shell?
He eventually did when we lifted him. I think he kind of
So y'all lifted him.
Me and this other guy, this burly guy, sort of like me. Thankfully, this other
guy's carrying the tortoise.
This other guy was like, he came around to try to lift it himself, and he realized, I mean, I don't know that it weighed 100 pounds. It might not have been, but it's
dead weight.
That's what's not. No, dead weight's okay. It's that, just trying to, you don't want to hurt it. You know, that's the other thing too.
Where do you grab it? On the shell?
So we started, so like tried, and it took us a while to figure out how to, and then he got 2 corners, I got 2 corners, and then I could tell the tortoise, big head, kind of like looked like this, but he couldn't really get. I don't know if he was going to bite me. I don't think he would. He's just trying to. It's funny. I'm in my head thinking, how old is this thing? This thing's got to be 50 years old. I mean, I don't know how
fast. I know they live a long time. I don't know how fast they grow.
But one of these surreal things where I'm standing in a street with some dude I don't know. The guy in the truck said, I know where I know who owns it. I know the yard where it belongs. I'm like, okay, good. And as me and this guy trying to figure out what to do, this other guy, this young in another truck comes, and it's kind of funny. He had these 2 little girls with him. He was young guy, tatted up like crazy. He's not the kind of guy you'd look, I guess we shouldn't judge, right?
Not a tortoise keeper.
Not, but it wasn't his, but he pulled up. He said, man, you guys need help? I was like, well, you want and so we're negotiating on the street. Can you bring this? If we put him in your truck, can you bring it to whatever? The little girls in the back was funny, man. They were probably like 7 and 5. They were cheering, yay, we're getting the tortoise. So now all the traffic is kind of built up, trying to figure out what's going on. Me and this dude, and it's like, man, I'm saying, please, let's just not drop this thing, right? That'd be awful, right?
You didn't hit up your phone and say, hey, Siri, how do you lift a tortoise?
I should, well. And then once you get it up, you're thinking, please, tortoise, don't start fighting. Don't start, because we don't want to drop you. But, and man, I'm not kidding. People started applauding. Somebody yelled, heroes, y'all heroes.
That's there you go. Thank you very much,
almost
America.
Put the tortoise down to bow. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, this is only the first time you notice it. But.
Oh, exactly. You want to know all the stuff? It was funny. So after once we got it in there, and then the guy in the truck, and they took it off to this guy's house. But I
That
sent a
is
pic.
wild.
I sent a picture to my wife. She said, "I can't believe you didn't take it. I can't believe you didn't bring it home." And I was like, "Hey, I would have, but somebody identified. Oh yeah, this is so and so's tortoise. But I promise you, that thing gets loose again. I got
You
it.
got him.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. But again, my wife was laughing. She's, I cannot believe you didn't take that tortoise home. Well, like I said,
But
apparently
do
the
tortoises, they live, are they in water, on
I
land,
think
back
this
and
is no,
forth?
this is on land. These
Okay.
are yeah, it's not a water. It's not a
Yeah.
water-based animal. You know, it's big. Yeah, it doesn't swim. Like its legs are
Yeah, the
uh
legs are fat, huh?
yeah, like
Like
roundish. Yeah,
elephant
they're not
legs.
fins. It's not exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly what it looks like. It looks like elephant legs but big old thing, man. So now I kind of want to go find out where I'd like to go visit it. Like, man, I didn't know we had a big old tortoise in our neighborhood, but
Who knows what else you'd find there?
I know you he got loose because the tiger let him loose. You know, hey, who knows, man? This is Texas. This is Texas. We have lots of cultures. People do some crazy things around here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And where do you get a tortoise?
I don't know. And I don't know if they got it. What size was it when they bought it? And how bad is your security that a tortoise keeps getting loose? I mean, I mean, look, I don't know how smart they are. Maybe they can get her. I don't know how that works, but there you go. So we'll do a live room. We'll do a live remote if it gets loose again. I'll be,
yeah, you could ride on it.
yeah, well, it's not quite. A kid could. I probably a small child probably could have ridden on this thing, but
We have a guy at my church who has a dog that he brings with him every week, and it's a service dog. It's a older gentleman. I guess he has some type of seizure disorder, and so beautiful golden retriever.
okay.
I don't dislike the dog, but I dislike its owner without even knowing the guy. He walks around, like he gets to church early, and you can tell he's there. He walks around just so people can see his dog. And apparently the dog's name is Finn, because he will walk up to people at random and say, "You want some Finn love?" And he asks random people, "You want to pet the dog?" And it's
okay.
just like a creepy thing. And we're sitting there a couple of weeks ago, and he's passing by, and there's Riley sitting on the side of me. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
No, dude, I don't. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because I already told him, said, "No, I'm good, bro. Move along."
Well, I would say, dude, I got allergies, man. You want to get that thing away from me?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, I don't know. Look, it church. Yeah, we have somebody does that. I think our church as well. Because once we were sitting there, and we had a big, you got to go big church. We had a big church as well. And I could all of a sudden here's like, and to the dog's credit, it's probably there all the time, and I don't know it. But yeah, suddenly the other day, what the heck was it? Is that somebody's phone? And I was like, oh, wow,
somebody hungry.
Somebody got it. Again, the things you would never, like back in the day, man, you never have a pet in church.
No.
Or
I used to hesitate to bring my children
on a plane. That's still, man. We've talked about that before. I was flying this week, looking around. It's like, okay, all right, Dr. Doolittle flight. Here we go. How many animals we got on this plane?
You got a peacock?
Didn't get a peacock, but a lot of dogs. That's a good one. There you go. We got you live now. Yeah, welcome back, everybody. That was a little impromptu break.
Why not?
Because we were hard-headed. It would cost very little. I'd probably write it off as a business expense to not have that 45-minute break, but we refuse because they used to give us something free, and now they're
right. I'm not paying for it.
And bro, you don't tell a Cajun here it's free, and then later on say, you know what, we changed our mind. It's not free.
Yeah, it's only free for a little bit.
Hey, you think we Martha's Vineyard over here? Come on, man.
But a little bit twice is pretty long.
It's pretty long. It is pretty long. It's long enough. And if we start knocking off on the second one, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
we got to get out of here. It's like but anyway. So we're talking about animals. There's this guy when on different walk I go on, and he lives in. I think I might have told the guy hi a couple times. I'm pretty sure I did. They got some pretty nice apartment complexes near the AAA ballpark, not far from my house. And the dude's in a wheelchair. Okay, so younger guy, he's in a wheelchair. He's got 2 pet dogs. You know what kind of dogs he's got? Great Danes.
Oh wow.
I'm talking,
Do they pull
bro,
him?
man. I mean, you forget. Maybe you don't forget. Maybe you don't know how
No,
big
Great Dane. That's that's a small
great
horse.
freaking Dane. 2 of them. Now, beautiful animals, just beautiful animals. But when he takes them for walks, and again, it's a nice little area. It's along they call it a creek. It's bigger than Bayou Lafourche. I don't know why, but it's a big, but he doesn't have him on a leash. So
Well, could he hold them? I mean, has he got
no,
him
there's
like
no way in
yeah.
the world. Now, so again, here's a dilemma, Juan. Here's a dilemma. What do you do? Because part of me is like,
I know
dude,
where you're going, man.
right? You want, and I didn't say, it's like,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
get
bro,
it.
I know you're in a wheelchair.
Look, it's one of those things that I don't even know, and they are well behaved. And what I'll typically do is if he's out, I'll stay far enough away. But the other day I was walking and just couldn't avoid it, and all of a sudden I come up and there's, he's there and he's got headsets on. So he can't even really hear what's going on. And I don't, you want to make sure you're not startling. Like you are literally like, I'm not afraid of dogs. I mean,
But you might have some of your possums in your backyard smell
man, listen,
on you that the dog detects.
I'm not afraid of dogs, but here's what I do know. I don't want to startle 2 freaking Great Danes who are protective of their owner. Right. And, so he sees me, he goes, "Oh, how you doing, man? Don't worry, they're very friendly." And I'm just like,
Yeah, that's always, how many people was the last thing they heard before they got bit by a strange dog?
He said, they're friendly, and I just kind of smiled and said, hope so, and I just keep walking. And dude, one of them walked up to me. I'm not kidding. I'm not a short. Well, I used to be 6 feet tall. Now I'm probably like, you start shrinking when you get old enough, right? You look at pictures.
5'6".
I don't think I'm there, but I'm like 5'11", I think now. Legit. I think I've only had lost about an inch of height since but anyway, so I'm not a short person. Dude, this dog walked up, I could smell its head. Ah, man, scary how big the head on this dog is. And it's at my stomach. And I mean, not like stretching up, just like legit standing
perfect
there.
level to take a big old bite out of your abdomen.
And I'm just like, hey. And I'm looking at the other one, and that's the other thing too, man. You got a pair. So even if in your wildest dreams, you could imagine, okay, if I got to choke this dog out, let's say,
can I do both?
Let's say this dog goes crazy on me. Let's say this dog.
It's not like the owner can, react quickly to get him off.
Dude, Thor couldn't have got these dogs off. I don't care who you are, man. And it was fine. I walked away. And again, beautiful animals, but it's one of those dilemmas of, okay, there are leash laws. Yeah, it's flat out. I mean, dudes out here walking ugly little dogs. Some dogs you just thinking, I wish you would let that dog go. Feed an alligator with that thing. But then you just go, okay, I don't know. And who would you turn it into? What kind of chew would you be?
I got a guy. He'll be easy to recognize. He's in a wheelchair. No leash, bro.
No leash, bro. No leash. 2 massive dogs. But hey, good luck. And apparently they are well behaved. The other thing
you could
is,
have made a suggestion and say, if you had a leash, it'd be just like you in a horse and buggy.
And you could. The other thing I'd want to ask is, bro, how big's your apartment? I hope you got I hope you got one of the big old 2-bedroom
the deluxe.
You mentioned before Earth, Wind and Fire. We're joking about what song you think they play. So my son went to see Earth, Wind and Fire here in with my friend, calls him his uncle. It's not really his uncle, but his birthday present brought him to see Earth, Wind and Fire. Said it was amazing. He said it was maybe the most fun he ever had at a concert. He said Earth, Wind and Fire was freaking, and they're going to New Orleans. I think they're playing New Orleans.
I think they're playing on the 21st of September.
No,
in New Orleans.
Seriously,
so. They have before. But just when you get bands that got a horn section, and it just adds a whole lot to it.
My son said the security people were dancing. They said everybody in there. He said it was
And you got their bass player who's like about 110.
I think they have 3 originals, but that works out because it's enough to say it's legit. Everybody, Philip Bailey is
Right.
with them, so it's legit to
The
say
bass player is legit. I think he's the original one.
probably.
Yeah.
But then they got another 10 people, and so you can go get whoever good you want, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you just fill in the band. But because my other friend who's been to a zillion concerts, he's in my age. He said it surprised him. He said it surprised him how good it was. He said he was going because he knew Jesse would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said it was great. So anybody in a New Orleans area, if you feel so inclined, if there are tickets available, I think it's at the Sanger they're playing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I remember it was like the first time, and this was back when they were popular. Like the first time I saw Casey and the Sunshine Band. And it was the full horn section.
What you mean when they were popular, bro?
Well, when they were, when Casey was a much thinner man.
Their music does not hold up. I'm sorry, man. It doesn't. It just
well,
doesn't.
If you think about it, do you want to talk about formulaic? I mean, Get Down Tonight.
That's
every song. Yeah, it's all the same song.
That's the way.
I saw him probably about, I had to be more than 20 years ago at a casino here, and where he used to be able to get out and dance. Now he just gets out, with his backup singers and does what I call that white boy shuffle.
That'd be a good radio promotion, like they come on, you can win and you can get up on the stage and be one of the guys for Casey.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I'd be back there. You
can do the moves.
Well, here I am saying they don't hold up, and there you go. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's a 10-minute listen.
Yeah,
dude, I came across. We switched. Like, I finally got rid of cable, and just everything is streaming now. So I have YouTube TV.
Okay.
And they have MTV Classic. And I came across I Want My 80s. So it's like all the stuff when MTV was good and we were in school and none of it's widescreen.
You posted something. What was it?
Yeah, Dead or Alive, Spin Me Round.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Back to the greenhouse. Here you go.
the dude with the eye patch.
And every 10th song, gimme 3 steps. Gimme 3. I'm telling you, man. Secrets of a greenhouse DJ. If they're not dancing, you got to look at the crowd, right? They're not dancing. There ain't no Leonard Skinner. Who knew when Leonard Skinner was doing this stuff that it would be dance music? Well,
not Leonard Skinner.
For Cajuns and LaRose, it's dance music. Give me 3 steps. Give me 3. What was it else on there? Oh, so I was in French Lick, Indiana this past week.
That's the weirdest name of a town.
They got a lot of towns with the word lick in it in Indiana. So
says a guy from Pankerville.
Yeah. Shortbread, bruh. Yeah. I remember the story. It's either those. The dude was impressive.
He was either out of the shortbreads or he had the little pull boy breads.
Yeah, he had really bad inventory issues back in the day. But French Lick, which again, I said, it sounds like there's not going to be much there, and it's amazing. So, and I got this whole story. That's the other thing too. It's funny whenever you go to a little place, everybody tell you the story, and there's hundreds of millions of dollars they probably spent over the years getting this beautiful resort and a couple things. But so driving, you land in Louisville, and then once you cross the river, whatever river that is, driving through some rural areas to get to, it's about a 90-minute drive to French Lick. And the first time when I get there at night, and it's sort of drizzling, and and you're going through some roads that are they're not well lit. You're driving through kind of hilly, sometimes it's a field, sometimes it's hilly, little towns, and you drive a rental car. You're always driving a car you're not really familiar with, right? So you're playing that game of, okay, what am I figuring out here? And just anybody that's ever doing this, if you ever come up on these kind of roads and you're the guy behind, that's the worst. When you have somebody behind you, because you're cheating. I'm the guy that's doing all the scouting. When you're the first person driving in these unlit roads through,
right, you just follow my lights.
These legit 25-mile-an-hour turns, and And oh man, I had one of these yawns for about 2 or 3 miles, and I didn't know the roads well enough to like I'm sitting there going, man, as soon as I'm gonna pull over, and bro, when I pull over,
I'm gonna bright light you.
oh man, hang on. If I can figure out a safe place in this freaking cornfield or wherever I'm at, or this, you know, and then some of these places you don't want to just pull into anybody's shell driveway because you may, you know, you may not make. So that was cool. Great time, great bunch of folks. So I have to leave on the Tuesday morning, get back to Louisville. My flight was, I don't know, 10 in the morning or something. So I left the hotel, French Lick, before dawn, right? So I walk outside, you know, hit the valet park kind of deal, like, oh yeah, hey, good guy. I get going. So I'm driving, I mean, morning when the sun's getting ready to come out through these little Indiana towns, man. And you just have to put on country music. You just have to, right? And you just do. I love that when I'm driving through these, you know, and beautiful stuff. I kept thinking like, it's like driving through a Norman Rockwell painting. Like I kept thinking like my dad, if my dad would have been with me, we'd have been stopping every 10 minutes. Like, oh, we got, we got
to look at that.
Oh, did you see that? He did that one time in Georgia. He wanted to see that rocks. And this place was just all rocks.
The pretty rock.
Hey, there's some pretty rocks. Let's go look at the pretty rocks. But you find yourself, man, and I was flashing back to the old KLEB days, because there's something about when you're driving as the sun comes up in these little old towns, you got to find whatever the local stations are. And just, oh man, I love when it's a commercial break and it's the same DJ reading all the commercials.
Yeah, because he's the only one.
Or there was one, it was a young lady, and she wasn't bad, but you could tell, you know, she was. And this week at Betty's IGA, there's a dude. I never in my life, I think, heard a radio commercial for driveway shells, driveway rocks and limestone.
We got a fresh load of oyster shells,
dude. It was
dump in your driveway.
It wasn't Cajun, but it was basically like whatever this place was. Increase the equity in your house.
Yeah, get some fresh gravel.
Some fresh limestone out of your driveway. I'm like, oh man, but that was great.
Hold it down to kill the dust for you.
Kill the dust. I enjoyed. Yeah, I was gonna say I enjoyed that drive. I even got stuck behind a school bus for a little bit. Didn't even mind it. I had a little time, and I'm like, sun coming up, driving through country towns. You got to listen to country music when you're doing that. You ever heard a song called "Buy Dirt"?
Mm-mm.
Buy Dirt, dude. It's and I was laughing. I told
buy as in purchase or near to.
Hang on. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. A little snippy there, Siri. Huh? Hey, who sings? No, all right. Hey, who sings "Buy Dirt"? She's having trouble hearing me.
You throwing Siri for a loop there?
I don't know. Try it again. Hey, Siri. The one on my computer's coming on. Who sings "Buy Dirt"? Did you hear that? Jordan Davis and Luke Bryan. It's my computer that answered. So I wouldn't know Luke Bryan. I know he's a big deal, right? Because he sells out a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't know him if I ran into him at Walmart. Okay, I have no idea.
It seemed like just a random dude.
He's a big dude, and he's apparently, and this other guy. It's a song called "Buy Dirt," and I will tell you this. And I put it on my Spotify list. I've been listening to it. It is. It's like a dang poem, man. It's like they may have had artificial intelligence write this song. Like they may have fed algorithms into.
I'm writing that down so I can go check it out.
And it's sort of like life advice. It starts off, you know, a few days before he turned 80. This guy's talking to his grandpa on the back porch. Grandpa asked him what he'd been up to. He says just chasing $1. And he says, well, if you want to make $1 stick, or the best way it's buy dirt. And it could have been a real estate conglomerate that sponsored the song, because it's all about settling down. And it's buy dirt. Find the one you can't live without, buy a ring, put
I
your knee on
got
the
you. So it's like
ground.
buy a piece of property, basically.
Yeah, let your roots sink. Add some branches to your family tree. Put a little money at the plate
Yeah,
at
I'm
church.
thinking. I was thinking like a dump load, like a dump truck load of dirt or something.
No,
right?
no. So get something about get stuff you care enough to put a fence around. You know what, dude? It's just freaking. It's the quintessential.
Yeah, right.
I think it's under 3 minutes. Like it's literally like, wow, that's like a good old back in the day
Yeah,
KLEB.
3 chords probably ends up or down, 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 down.
And I'm guessing Luke Bryan comes in on this just because they must be buddies or something. And if Luke Bryan's on something, they're going to sell a bajillion. But it must be and it's one of those songs. I don't know that it's a big deal or not because I'm not, you know, saying there's some songs that I hear and I say like, oh, wow, that's a cool song. And somebody tell me, dude, it's been out like 5 years. What are you
Classic hits.
That's a classic by now. But anyway, it must be, I guess, still going around because I heard it twice on a 90-minute drive on different radio stations.
Oh, so that's got to be like top 40 in the country charts.
Dude, I don't know. You can't really tell because you get outside of Nashville driving towards, say, like Kentucky, and you might hear Merle Haggard 4 times. It ain't top nothing. It's just like everybody likes this song. It's like being a DJ at the greenhouse, bro. Gimme Three Steps was not a hit anywhere else, but you drop a needle on that. All right. So what else is going on this week, man?
Much, you know, I'm heading down the Bell River after this, man.
Bell River. What's in Bell River?
Bell River. I got some friends of mine just once a year or so. They all like a guys thing at a guy's camp on the river.
Look at you.
Just head down there.
Big time.
My sister's in Italy. My son's in Costa Rica, and I'm going to Bell River.
You win. You
darn
win.
right I'll win.
You win. Are you sleeping there?
No, I don't. You know.
Well, you did. You're not sounding too sure on that.
I actually have a pillow and a blanket in the truck just in case.
That's such an old Cajun move. I got a pillow and just in case.
I got the weighted blanket because I'm not good at sleeping in strange places, so the weighted blanket will give me a little comfort.
Tell me you old without telling me you old, bro.
Well, pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Well, that's all good, man. Well, you're going fishing? What are you going to do? You going?
No, man. He's cooking, just drinking, watching games, I guess.
You're going to walk in and show off your weighted blanket?
So, look, man, I bet I'll be the only one with a weighted blanket.
How y'all doing, everybody? All right. Juan, what you got there? That's my blanket, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna say y'all go to sleep. I'm gonna go get my blanket once y'all all turn out the lights.
I have to get me some new headsets over here. I'm just realizing these things keep sliding off my. I'm
just going with the AirPods, man.
I'm gonna have to upgrade my hair. You know, people's like, man, I don't have itchy ears, y'all. I just always have to keep pushing these things back in my. Wonder if my head expanded. why don't these things fit as good anymore? Yeah, well, good luck with that. What was the other thing? I didn't. It didn't come in yet, but apparently, not apparently, I did. I bought a signed Joe Montana jersey.
Nice. You're a Joe Montana fan?
Not really. Yeah, I was at this this event that I was at in the evening at a fundraiser, and you're just there to kind of schmooze, and it's business development. And they had a real like a live auction, but then they had a big silent auction around it. And that's kind of cool. It's a Notre Dame. It's a Notre Dame jersey signed by Joe Montana, and I don't know any of this stuff, so I'm texting friends. What do you want to give it? How much? What is it? So I think I got it for less than one of my friends that collects the stuff says he'd have paid for it. It's also one of those things like I don't really want it.
Here's the real way to tell. See if he'll pay that amount for it now.
Oh, he would. I mean, no, because I told him what I paid for it. I mean, I'm kind of jerk friend to you to say. You said you'd go this. I got it for half of that. There you go. There was also a Drew Brees, like a signed Drew Brees, a picture from Purdue when he played at Purdue, with some other stuff. And I said, not when he played. I'm sure this had it signed later.
Right.
I was gonna get that from my mother-in-law, who's a big, huge fan, but this was in Indiana, and it got to the point of, all right, I love you, but
yeah, not that much.
Woo, man! I go and look around, I was like, what idiot? Because I thought I'd put, I put what I thought was a a stupid bid on it. Yeah, like no Couillon shoe's gonna come top that, you know. And I'm just like, but then I'm hoping, man, I hope I don't get this and the Joe Montana jersey, because then I think this trip cost me money, right? Like I'm here, I'm getting paid to be here, but I think I just
Just
gave
spend
it
it all.
you know. But yeah,
It's an
somebody came.
investment, Dave. It's an investment.
I know somebody came in and they took the signed Drew Brees. So there you go. Good luck with that. And I got what am I doing with that?
Man, I wonder what I could get for that Drew Brees signed shoe I have.
Hey, I tell you what, donate it. You know, one day I'm like my grandpa. What am I do with that? Every time he got underwear, what am I do with that? I got 5 packs of underwear in the bag. What am I do with that? All right.
all in the bag.
There you
got
go.
3 good ones that I wear now.
My favorites. And we're not going to go down the road of talking about our favorite underwear again.
Nope, been there, man.
All right. So yeah, I'll be in Alabama this week.
All right. What part?
Shout out Point Clear.
All right, that's right. That's on the coast. We realized it was on the coast.
It's on the bay, I think, right? Mobile.
Yeah, which is right along the coast.
It's not on the coast, bro. It's on the bay.
Well, the bay side or the coast side.
I don't know.
You could get to the coast from the bay.
I don't know. Well, I talked about that. Our friend Rick reached out to tell us how nice it is, and I think he said something how beautiful the sunsets are. I'm like, you kind of soft on that, bro. I mean, about sunsets. Yeah, because that's
my
really.
My brother-in-law lives near there. The one who, when my wife told him, when we were first starting this podcast, whose response was, "Well, Juan's not funny." So
I didn't hear that. You never told me that one. Juan's not funny.
Juan's not funny.
Yeah, I used to tell my sons all the time. Whenever my sons would get one up, I say, "Man, you funny, but looks aren't everything."
So maybe I can tell him to go that you'll be in town and
dude,
go meet the funny one on the podcast.
Dude, I appearing live in Point Clear, Alabama. You got to just pretend you're a banker to get in. When am I going to be there?
He works at a bank.
No.
Yeah, he works at Regions Bank.
I don't know if Regions. I don't know if he's high. I don't know if he's high enough on the ladder to be in the meeting I'm going to be in, though, bro.
I know he won't be there.
Tell him to sneak in, man. Let's see. When is it? 22nd. I'll be.
All right.
I feel like a dang.
Everybody who's in Point Clear.
Everybody come on down to the Grand Hotel. And
they will be there live and in person.
Now, y'all, if y'all sneak in, y'all be quiet. Don't drink all their coffee. It's a bunch of,
He might be auctioning off a signed Joe Montana jersey.
Could be. One day we may show up here and I'm gonna have it hanging back here near the flag so I can write it off. Like, there you go. It's props there. But so yeah, if y'all sneak into the Grand Hotel, just don't. That buffet's not for y'all, okay? I mean, listen, don't make the bankers mad at me. Like, hey, what happened? All of a sudden,
don't ask about where's the tortoise.
That's right. I should work the tortoise into my that's gonna be I tell you what, that thing escapes again. Bro, we're gonna have Dave and Juan's gonna have a new official mascot.
You could call him Joe Montana.
Or not. No, if that thing gets loose again and I capture it or I save it, let me put it that way. I rescue it. We're going to call it weighted blanket. There you go.
You could ask the guy in the wheelchair with the Great Danes if he's got a couple extra leashes because he's not using them. I go walk my tortoise. That's what I would do. People be like, you talk about. You probably wouldn't even have to put it on a leash.
No, man. Rick would probably fly in from Baton Rouge to do a story on
feature.
Man, I got everybody in the world sending me the clip of they had to use a tow truck to pick up this big old alligator. In Katy, not far, but 30 minutes from here. Big, and I don't think the one they caught was as big as the one that we had, but a big one. But everybody's sending me, hey man, they caught your alligator. I'm like, man, my alligator. Bro. I don't think the one that's here made it up to
no, he's not heading to Katy.
He's not like the tortoise that knows how to stay on the road. Just do it. But anyway, the Dr. Doolittle version here. A lot of animal talk here. And Martha's Vineyard.
That's right. Yeah.
Hate.
There's not a better combination.
There's no place for hate here, Juan. No place.
Well, I hate that dog at my church.
The dog's fault.
Yeah, right? It's not the dog I hate.
And the couillon. You want some fin love?
Want some fin love?
Hey, bro. You want some
I'll
fin
give you some
love?
fin love. Fitting to give you some fin love.
On that positive note, let's push the button. Get on out of here. Just, here it is, guys. It's out there. The buffet has been
For the
laid
taking.
before you.
You can't help yourself to the buffet in Point Clear at
No.
Dave's event there, but
That's
you can
right.
help yourself to this buffet.
And y'all can sneak in, but if y'all sneak in, behave.
And you can come back for seconds.
Just there you go. If you want to reach out to us, everybody, hey, you know where to find us. It's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com or comment on various things. And
you can find us anywhere finer podcast can be listened to.
And even in some of the places where they don't keep the good ones, the fine ones,
Right.
We're in some sketchy, there are a couple of platforms we can kind of sketch,
Don't know how we got there.
A little bit.
We're there.
We're there for you. It sounds a little different on those, you get the blue version.
Yeah.
We record this every week, 2 different times. One's the version you get to hear. The other one is
ones you got to go in that back room behind the curtain to hear.
The PG-13 version. But so anyway, so there's there. As always, y'all. You know what's coming. Do I look like I'm about to give you a hint or a suggestion? No.
No, man.
No.
Not even.
Freaking
Not even a regulation.
Yeah. Freaking mandate. Get out there and just, hey, man, go for it. Have the best week of your life.
Right.
You think last week
for
was
some
good?
of you, it's gonna start after the LSU game, navigating quick flow traffic.
Yeah, quick flow. They're gonna give you an extra hour to go to the bars. It doesn't stop you from keeping an ice chest in your car too. I got a feeling that there's a lot of rolling bars coming out of an LSU game, but yeah, there you go.
I got one wrapped up in my weighted blanket.
Hey, man, it starts. The week's
Right
going to
now.
go by. You're going to look by. You're going to look back after a week and say, what did I do? Did I give my best effort? Did I live up to it? One of my favorite mottos of all time is the Cub Scouts of America, y'all. The Cub Scouts of America, start them young. Their motto is do your best. That's the motto.
Simple. We teed it up for you.
Do your best.
It's yours for the getting.
Give it a shot. And if you think, today you think this hour was great, wait to see what comes next. Just get out there.
This is just the bar, not the drinking bar.
That's right. So
The level bar.
Until then, everybody, we again strive. Have a great one. We're going to go out and try to do the same. Juan, if you do decide to go for a dip in, where are you going?
Bell River.
Don't bring the weighted blanket. We already established your daughter is the swimmer in the house.
Yeah. Yep.
Be back next week. Bro, I thought it was kind of cold. It's kind of fall. It's kind of a little chilly. And I thought I'd go swimming, so I brought my weighted blanket. That was not a good idea. Not a good idea. So anyway, be careful with that. Everybody, have a fantastic one. Love you, bro.
Back at you, dude. Last night I went to a football game and they were playing a team called the Cajuns. And so Riley's high school, or they were giving out stickers that said crush the Cajuns. I said, hell no, I'm not wearing that.
My peoples, man.
That's right. Don't be crushing me.
We ain't Martha's Vineyard.